I hope that you are all staying safe. I'm very thankful for the platform given by AMSA India and 81 Foundation to express my thoughts on one of the pressing topics in our country, India. I'd like to give my topic's name as Water Crisis in India, and throughout these few weeks of assessing ourselves, our thinking, advocating for it, introspecting ourselves, and also doing a lot of research, I've finally made some notes and I'd like to share them with you all. I'd like to introduce you the study which was done by Niti Aayog and its findings and all the possible present water crisis and the concerns and challenges that we will be facing as a country. Niti Aayog's report on Composite Water Management Index was rolled out, and it said that India is facing its worst water crisis in its history. And the major cities are affected in the sectors of farm practices, irrigation policies and governance, drinking water, groundwater, and the restoration of the water bodies. The key findings of the study were that about 60% of states were marked as low performers, and this was a cause of an alarm. The report predicted by the year 2030, the country's water demand is projected to be twice the available supply, implying severe water scarcity. Nearly 600 million Indians facing high to extreme water stresses is going to be a major concern. About 2 lakh people died every year due to inadequate access to safe water. 52% of India's agricultural area remains dependent on rainfall, and agriculture being a major sector of India, the future expansion of irrigation needs to be focused on last mile efficiency. 21 cities, including Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad, which are the major metropolitan cities, were found to be affected by the water crisis that India is facing. And it was projected by the year 2020 they will be running out of groundwater, affecting nearly 100 million people. Critical groundwater resources, which accounted for 40% of India's water supply, are being depleted at unsustainable rates. Up to 70% of India's water supply is contaminated. If the present situation continues, there will be a 6% loss in country's GDP by the year 2050. The combination of rapidly declining groundwater levels and limited policy action is likely to be significant, and it also puts the food security at risk. Ranking of the states will ensure that principle of competitive and cooperative federalism is actualized in India's water management system. It will also help building pressure on states that have not performed well to improve their water management techniques. It will provide useful information for states and concerned central ministries and departments, enabling them to formulate and implement suitable strategies for better management of water resources. If we don't act now, it's going to be very late. But the present water crisis in India shows that the taps in Shimla went dry this summer, posing an unprecedented water crisis in the hilltop. The failure of the state government to check unplanned development and exploitation of water resources led to this. The vegetation pattern has changed, tree cover is shrinking, and unscientific dumping of debris in water streams is rampant. The debris blocks the natural course of water bodies, increasing the number of tube wells, resulting in depletion of groundwater. Changes in farming patterns lead to consumption of more water for irrigation and also change the soil profile because of the use of fertilizers. The states ranked lowest, like Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, and Jharkhand, are home to almost half of India's population along with the majority of its agricultural produce. India's water crisis has implications for the health of the entire population. Farmers suffer crop losses, decrease in tree cover, shrubs, and grass in the catchment areas. Queues for government water tankers and public taps are already a common sight in Indian slums. Policies like giving free electricity to farmers or financial support for groundwater extraction results in uncontrolled exploitation and wastage of resource. Primarily, water is not valued in India. People think it is free. There is great awareness now about air pollution. However, India's water crisis does not get that kind of attention. Interstate river disputes are very common. Adverse climatic conditions are believed to be the main factor for reduced flow in streams. Drying up the streams and increasing erratic pattern of rainfall is hard to see. In cities and towns, lack of infrastructure to deliver piped water to homes is another challenge. Poor data management and an abject failure to properly price water is also a concern. Where data is available, it is quite often unreliable due to the use of outdated collection techniques and methodologies. We do not keep ourselves updated. Even you can agree me on that. Deepen our understanding of water resources and usage and put in place interventions that make our water use efficient and sustainable is one of the way forward. Another way is augmentation of watersheds that can store more good water for use in agriculture and to serve habitations. We have to maintain strict pollution control enforcements, decentralization of irrigation commands, offering higher financial flows to well performing states through a national irrigation management fund which will boost their morale. Groundwater extraction patterns need to be better understood through robust data collection. While doing all this with steady urbanization, augmenting sources of clean drinking water supply and treatment technologies will encourage reuse. Pollution can be curbed by levying suitable cost. Poor maintenance of pipelines, consistent leakage, and illegal tapping of water are some of the issues that need to be addressed on a war footing. Adopting rainwater harvesting techniques is the need of the hour. A legal mandate will work better than just competition and cooperation. It would make the governments accountable. These forward looking changes would never need anything but revamped national and state institutions and updated laws working hand in hand. We can also find a lot of interventions with all the mind boggling minds that we have in India. It's time for action. Thank you very much.